Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Friday the 13th of October 2023. Before we start today's video, I just wanted to shout out and say a massive thank you to Mickey and Stephen from That Millwall podcast. The live shows that they do, very entertaining stuff. All regulars in the comments posting stuff, very good, and they helped boost my subscribers. They encourage people to subscribe to this channel. So if you're new here, hello, welcome. I just wanted to say thank you for that. They didn't have to do that, but it's very good that they support the other Millwall channels that are around, and very much appreciated. If you didn't know, it's That Millwall podcast. They do live shows generally, I think 8 PM on a Friday and 8 PM on a Sunday. Mostly on YouTube, sometimes on Twitter Spaces or on X, but I think that's got a problem with they limit the size or the length of the show. So generally it is on YouTube, and like I said, if you can get involved, I highly recommend it, and it is really good stuff. So there you go. Just thank you for those guys for doing that. Now moving on to injury stuff. Just come out today. Two of our attacking players are going to be missing for Preston North End, even though that is over a week away. So not just knocks, some serious stuff going on. So Millwall was set to be without Duncan Watmore and Kevin Nisbet when their championship campaign recommences at Preston North End next weekend. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk, the South London Press's online website. Watmore came off at half-time in Saturday's 2-2 draw against Hull City with a hamstring problem. The former Middlesbrough and Sunderland attacker scored the line's opening goal before making way. Watmore went for a scan on Wednesday, and the club are hopeful it is not a long-term injury. Nisbet was forced to withdraw from international duty with Scotland due to a hamstring injury sustained in the same match. We've got Duncan out by the looks of it. We're not sure how long, Millwall boss Garrett told the South London Press. It doesn't look like it's a quick one week thing, and then he's back. Duncan has shown his match-winning moments in games at the end of last season and the start of this one. He had a positive period and showed what he's all about, and that little bit of touch and feel around the final third. He's opened games up, he's got assists and a few goals in the process as well. Glaswegian Nisbet was unable to play any part in his country's Euro 2024 qualifier against Spain last night. Asked if the former Hibernian striker would be back available to the lines after the international break, Rowett said, "Oh no, I think it will take a little more time than that. He's one that's probably going to be a 2 or 3 weeks minimum." Ouch. We pulled him out of our game with a tight hamstring, and he went with Scotland, but with a view to potentially scanning him because we thought there might be something wrong. They scanned it and then they sent him back, and the process was fine. It worked well. I appreciate Scotland doing that. Some international teams, I dare say, they would get the player out there and train him, but then they were quite keen to follow up on our advice. If you get called up for international duty, generally you have to go, even if you say you're injured, and now do the medical there and say, "Oh yeah, he is injured." Like, especially if you're at Man United, like the Alex Ferguson will call them and say, "Don't you fucking dare!" Like, if we say he's injured, so don't even try that shit. But if it's Millwall, so like, yeah, they're obviously going to say, "Well, you need to come here and we need to check you out because we're not believing you." That's how it goes, I'm afraid. It leaves Tom Bradshaw as Mill's only established striker. He replaced Kiefer Moore at the start of the second half as Wales beat Gibraltar 4-0 in a friendly on Wednesday. Yes, but all 4 goals were scored in that first half. I watched. Did I watch? I watched the second half of that game on BBC iPlayer. I was watching Bradshaw, but mainly, and literally just watching him, what he was doing. Very busy going up and down the line, trying to get into space, trying to get a line of sight from through balls and stuff. But the Wales team, the way they were playing, they're just passing it around pointlessly from side to side and not really trying to move it forward that much. It was a friendly, so there you go. Maybe they were told not to humiliate Gibraltar or something like that. I don't know. They take on Croatia on Sunday in a Euro 2024 qualifier. I'll have my fingers crossed over the international period because we've got no strikers even in training at the moment, said Rowett. I'm not one to moan about injury situations or use it as a bit of an excuse. You take it on the chin and make the best of a situation. That's far from ideal. I said at the start of the season that you need a bit of luck and to keep your key players available. We've probably done anything but that at the moment. It's been a sporadic start with injuries and we'll have to look into it. Why are all our players getting injured? So yeah, there you go. I wonder who will be on the bench then. We've just got Bradshaw. We've got Bradshaw and Emakhu, so I guess Bradshaw Emakhu's not in training because he's with the under-21, so I guess that's what he doesn't mean that. The only striker they'll have there now is like Tom Leahy of the under-21s, and he probably could come on for the first team. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. And he looks like he's got that state of mind where it wouldn't phase him. Like he's got the confidence. It's not arrogance, he's confidence, and he would do what he needed to do, and put himself about, especially at the end of the game when he comes on fresh against tired defenders. It would be interesting to see how that would work out. Probably won't back him to start a game because that probably won't work out for him, but he might have to be involved there, Tom Leahy, against Preston on the bench. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of squad and what kind of team we put out for that game, which is in a week's time. Moving on now to this. So one player coming back from injury. We've got one player coming back from injury and 3 going out with injuries. So this is also from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Millwall man is chomping at the bit as he looks set for first minutes of Championship season. Yeah, he hasn't had any time on the pitch. He was an unused substitute against Hull because Ryan Longman, I think, couldn't play in that game. He couldn't be involved in that game. So would Honeyman have made the bench if not for that? Don't know. So George Honeyman is set to get his first Championship minutes after the international break. The midfielder has not featured for Millwall since suffering a groin injury in their pre-season friendly at Gillingham in July. Yeah, that was the first pre-season friendly. Honeyman was named as a substitute for the Lions' last 3 matches before the international break. George is probably one that we've held back a little bit due to our current situation with injuries, Millwall boss Garrett told the South London Press. We didn't want to bring him back too early if we didn't need to. He's chomping at the bit to get involved. And George has been available, but now he's really back in the mix. Ryan Longman was ineligible to face parent club Hull in last weekend's 2-2 draw, but will also return to the fold for the league match at Preston on October 21. I think, can he not play up front? He can play up front, I think so. But not. He's obviously not a striker. He's not that small, but yeah, so maybe Ryan Longman could play up front, kind of a la Jed Wallace from a couple of seasons ago. Rowett said, I'm hoping Uchi won't be a million miles away, but I'm loath to put a timescale on it because he's had a setback previously, and he still isn't quite there. So, yeah, there you go. When will we have a full squad? Who knows? Dropping like flies at the minute, aren't they? So, I mentioned in previously Emakhu. He was the only international Lion today. He featured for the under-21s, coming on as a substitute in the 73rd minute as they beat Latvia in Latvia 2-1. Oko Flex with the 2 goals, and that is the player that Emakhu came on for in the 73rd minute. So if we scroll down just to confirm, in the team sheet, playing a 4-3-3, obviously attacking. Nice to see some attacking football. Emakhu, 73 minutes for number 15, Oko Flex, wearing the number 22. So there you go. And he did have some action at the end because he's mentioned in the match report right at the end. It says Bex continues to thwart that's their goalkeeper. As they look to extend their advantages, he saved low shots from substitutes Zach Gills and Nan and Emakhu. So obviously Emakhu had at least one shot we know of. I tried to find it on YouTube. Don't think it's available. They may be highlights later. And if you look on the right hand side, you can see So far, so good for the Republic of Ireland under 21s. They've played 3, won 3, got 9 points, but the 3 games that they played is San Marino, Latvia, and Turkey. And so they've still got to play Norway and Italy. So that will be a big test going forward when they play those two. But Emakhu coming off the bench for Ireland under 21s, and that's the only game they have. They don't have another game this week, so hopefully he's on his way back fit and raring to go for next week's game against Preston North End. Now moving on to this from the Suffolk News, an interview with Chin Okoli, who's having a rip-roaring loan for Bromley FC, and obviously they are playing in the FA Cup qualifier this weekend, tomorrow, Saturday. And they're playing Wealdstone, so you have potentially 3 Millwall under 21 loanees featuring in one match, which should be fun and interesting to watch. If you want to go and watch a live football game, I recommend that one, Bromley versus Wealdstone. Yeah, so they're pulling parts of me I didn't know they could pull. Oh, yeah. Chin Okoli, misses. Chin Okoli talks tangling with non-league strikers, and why Romain is an inspiration for Millwall youngsters. The 20-year-old is building on last season's success with the under-21s and growing game by game with Bromley in the National League. Chin Okoli has revealed he's had to learn quickly to deal with crafty National League strikers willing to use any trick in the book. The Millwall youngster is spending the first half of the season on loan at Bromley and has started every league game so far. His partner at the back is former Lions player Byron Webston, while the assistant manager at Bromley is Millwall legend Alan Dunn. They have helped Okoli, who turned 20 last month, to grow as a player in what is an increasingly difficult league. Okoli said that veteran strikers have tried every which way to throw him off his game, but he has quickly learnt how to handle it. He told the News at Den, I think it's going well. I think I'm improving every game. I'm gaining a lot of experience. It's a different physical test, and as much as it is physical, it's always a good technical test. A lot of the teams we play against are very different. It's a very good setup, and it's just what I needed. I think I've seen it all. There's stuff the strikers are doing that I didn't think that happened. They're pinching me. They're pulling parts of me that I didn't know they could pull. It's tough, but I love a battle with a striker, and I feel that that's a good thing to have in my game. Yeah. Okoli's impressive adaptation to the fifth tier is the latest positive sign for a young player. The Millwall coaching staff will be monitoring closely. The centre-back was the captain of Millwall's under-21s eye-catching Professional Development League title win last season, and he even scored the winning goal in the playoff final against Sheffield United. He said the successful campaign was a huge confidence boost for him before he took his first steps into senior football. It was amazing at the time, Okoli said. I didn't think it would be such a good turnout in terms of the fans and the amount of people who came out to watch and support. It was quite surreal, and the amount of love I got, the messages, the tweets, it really boosted my confidence and it helped me to kick on the season. So thank you to the fans and everyone who sent me nice messages. Yeah, the game was absolutely rammo. The whole of the West Upper was full. It was good to see. Okoli joined Millwall's under 11s and has been gradually advancing through the ranks. In a nice twist of fate, he plays alongside Webster, who won promotion with the Lions in 2017. And he said he struggles to put into words how much the 36-year-old veteran has helped him. He added, there's certain stuff as a defender you just can't learn off of watching games. You have to play or speak with a player who's played so many games. And as he's played so much across the leagues, he helps me in games, away from games. And any time I got a question, he's just so helpful. He always gets his arm around me, and if I made a mistake or if he's the first one to congratulate me when I do something well. So it just breeds confidence in me and the rest of the team. He's one of the best centre-backs to be able to learn my trade off and play next to. 15 league games in the season, Bromley sit 5th in the table and have only lost 1 of their last 13 matches. Already, Okoli believes he has learnt plenty about football and himself. As a defender, I've learned how to be patient, Okoli said. When you're playing youth football, you want to win everything, you want to go and tackle everyone, but once you start winning men's football, you understand that you can't win everything, and sometimes it's a smart move to stay in your position and help the team out that way. I've learned that I'm always up for the challenge. I feel like I can adapt to every single style of play. every opponent. When I'm playing under 21s football, it's all quite the same opponent, you know. But now I know I can adapt to a team playing long and a team playing out from the back. Okoli still keeps an eye on his parent club Millwall and says 18-year-old star Romain Esse is an inspiration for other academy players to look up to. He said, he's a terrific player. That's the type of player Millwall will bring through the academy and push to the first team. I feel like that's an inspiration for players in the academy to look up to and think, if he can do it, then why can't I do it? And it's good for him. He's a good role model to have for everyone else to have at the academy. For Okoli, the plan is to keep his head down and try to keep building on what he has done. He added, I always like to tell myself, even when things are going wrong, there's loads of players who would kill to be in my position, you know. So as much as I want to strive for more, I also have to take in what I have now and be appreciative of how far I've come and how far coaches have helped me to be where I am today. And I'm always grateful to be here, and I'm also enthusiastic to push on and hit new heights. So there you go, there's the interview with Chin Okoli, which sounds very good. Good to hear, good to see. Just worry, every Friday there seems to be one of these interviews, long form interviews that these papers do with a player, and the next day they play absolutely terrible. So hopefully that doesn't happen to him. Now, talking of youngsters, a youngster who left, who decided not to carry on being involved in the lone merry-go-round, and he left for a League Two team, and he's been smashing the goals in. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Former Millwall striker is one of the top goal scorers in League Two. Lucian-born Isaac Olaofe is among the top goal scorers in League Two after his fine start to the season with Stockport County. The ex-Millwall forward above is joint second in the division scoring charts. Olaofe has netted 8 times in 12 games, with only Swindon's Jake Young and Newport County's Will Evans both 9 on more. Olaofe left Millwall to join the Hatters in January 2023 with the South London club, including a sell-on and buyback clause in the deal. The 23-year-old only featured 3 times for Millwall's senior team and had loan spells at Sutton United and St Johnstone during his stint at the Den. Olaofe has scored in his last 4 consecutive League Two outings, recording a hat-trick against Wrexham and strikes in the fixtures against Accrington Stanley, who are they exactly, Forest Green and Doncaster. Stockport are second in the League Two table, 1 point off Notts County and 3 points inside the playoff spots. Is that supposed to say 3 points above because they're in second? 3 points above the playoff spots? Olaofe scored the 83rd minute winner in Stockport's 1-0 win over Doncaster last weekend, and he's comfortably outperforming his XG of 4.2, which is always good. Always good. Because that means he's being very clinical. But it is League Two. Now, those who say, we should have kept him, we should have kept him. Maybe he needed to go. He needed to go and do this and play in League Two and be a star. He's now a League Two star. And obviously, hopefully he can win the league with Stockport or get promoted, he'll be in League One. And then we'll see how good he is in League One. And then maybe we might initiate that buyback clause. I don't know. Stockport boss Dave Challoner said, he took himself out of his comfort zone when he came from down south to up there to a team that was strong in terms of its squad. He backed himself. He's a really good kid. He's only a kid with a bright future ahead of him. He needs to sharpen up on bits of his game, but he's got the raw attributes that defenders hate. He has pace, power and a willingness to never give up. And that in itself will get him in a good way up the pyramid. We constantly want to try to get him better, but for him to get an hat-trick will give him great belief. Stockport are at Arrogant Town tomorrow. So there you go. It's good to see. Really good to see. And it just goes to show there comes a time, it's like, if you're not going to get in the Millwall first team, maybe you should be proactive yourself and not wait for Millwall to cut you adrift, but go to the people at Millwall and say, look, it looks like I'm not going to get in the Millwall first team. I probably need to leave and get in a first team somewhere. And he's done that. And it's good to see that a player went from Millwall's under 21s to a League Two club and has hit the ground running. Because in the past, when players have left, they've gone to like non-league, they've gone to Conference South, they've gone to the Isthmian Premier League. So this is a step up. He's a League 2 star performer in League 2, and it's really good to see. And look forward to seeing what he does with the rest of his football career, because many other players who leave Millwall youth teams, they don't carry on playing football. They just slip away and fade away, and that's how it goes. But here we go, a success story for Millwall's under 21s, even though it's not with Millwall at the moment. Although there is that buyback clause, so we'll see if that gets initiated. As just speaking about a success story from Millwall's youth team, now one that hasn't really worked out yet. Ryan Sandford, let go in the summer, just now signed a deal with AFC Wimbledon. And that's just because it looks like they're desperate for cover, because I think, well, it should say in the story, but I think their keeper has gone away on international duty with New Zealand, and they need cover, because I don't think they can get the game called off because there's not enough international call-ups. So literally I was like, who can we get? Oh well, this guy's out of contract, let's bring him in to sit on the bench. So here we go. Goalkeeper Ryan Sandford, this is from bbc.co.uk. Goalkeeper Ryan Sandford has joined AFC Wimbledon on a short-term deal, initially for 1 month. The free agent was released by Millwall at the end of last season and has been training with the League 2 side. Yeah, he was training with them, which was kind of weird. I heard about him training in the summer. So has he been training with them all the way along? Maybe they were doing a courtesy. Does he live out that way? Well, maybe they were doing him a courtesy and said, oh, we'll let you train with us. And he's in goal. It's not like he's... If he's an outfield player, he could obviously tackle someone and injure them, but he's a goalkeeper, so not much risk there, I guess. So has he been training with them since the summer, and they've only just now decided to give him a contract? But it's not like it doesn't sound like he's earned it. As you can see, the next line, the 24-year-old has been signed as cover for first choice keeper Alex Bass, while Nick Zaneff is away on international duty with New Zealand. Sandford began his career in the Lions Academy but never made a first team appearance for the club. He had spells on loan in non-league with Maidstone United, Dover Athletic and Dorking Wanderers in recent years. So yeah, they've literally just signed him up, looks like just for this week, while their second choice keeper is away with New Zealand. So literally just in case their first choice keeper gets injured, then he'll have to come on. And that's why they've signed him on a 1 month loan deal, 1 month deal. But interesting stuff. Again, good luck to him. Surprised it's taken him so long, but he's 24-year-old keeper. He did have some standout moments in on that loan. I think at Maidstone United he had a viral moment where he made a good save. Kind of weird why he hasn't been picked up, but I guess maybe he had offers, but they were far away, and he wants somewhere closer to London. I don't know, but there you go. If you limit your location, you limit your options, don't you? And then you get these players who just travel around the world and they go to different teams in different countries. They got a different country each year, and it's just weird as well. So there you go. Good luck to him. 1 month deal, but you would think unless one of the keepers gets injured, they won't be signing him again. It's just because this guy's gone off with New Zealand and they can't get their game postponed. So we'll see how that works out. Good luck to him as well. But a weird one there. Now, talking of under 21 players, current under 21 players. This is being previewed. This is a game that's happening on Monday, so they're previewing it now. So it suggests that this is set to take place at a public stadium and won't be moved to a training ground. I think the weather's going to be fine over the weekend, so there shouldn't be any problems with the pitch. Although I think the Prince's Park pitch has very good drainage, because I think, isn't it chalk around there? It's all chalky around there, so Yeah, so this is a preview. Charlton Athletic under-21s versus Millwall under-21s. It's an away game for Millwall under-21s. This is from millwallfc.co.uk, the club's official website. Kevin Nugent's Young Lions are back in action following their pulsating 2-2 draw with Queen's Park Rangers last time out, in which Nino Adamalake's last gasp stunner rescued a point for 10-man Millwall home to the West London outfit. I went to that game. Absolutely brilliant performance from Millwall. They went down early to 10 men, and what the manager did at half time and what the player, I don't know if they trained for that, but very well drilled in how they dealt with moving around to fill the spaces that were left with the extra man. So the game is on Monday. It kicks off at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. Which I think it may have said 2 o'clock before, but this is 1 o'clock. So there you go, 1 o'clock. It's been confirmed. It's at Prince's Park, which is Dartford FC Stadium. It's going to cost you £5 to get in, £3 for concessions, and I haven't been able to see it yet, but sometimes Charlton have their own version of a TV channel, sort of, and sometimes they put these fixtures on that television and charge £5 to watch it. So if you can't get to Dartford on Monday at 1 o'clock, you may be able to watch it from your office or wherever you are on your computer, but you have to subscribe to Charlton TV and pay £5. So do you want to do that? I don't know, but there you go. Now we're going to finish with this weird one. It looks like Millwall having a jumble sale, sort of. I'm only joking. Sample sale on the day of the Preston game. So I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what time the coaches will get back from Preston, because that is an early kickoff. Maybe you'll get back in time to buy some clothes from this sale that's taking place at the Den. Weirdly, all day, 10 to 8. Sample sale. I'm not in fashion. I don't know what that means. I think it's kind of like a factory. You remember that they used to do like factory outlets and stuff where you would have off the peg stuff. End of what do you call it? What do they call it? Like spring, summer, autumn, end of season clothes and stuff at factory outlets for like Burberry and stuff and other places, and then they decided to put them in like there's one in Bicester, like an outlet thing, and then it's like it used to be like a really underground secret thing, and now they're just literally out front, and it's just the normal shit that they're selling. It's not really anything special anymore. So, but I don't know what this is. So, Luke 1977. You may have seen some of their clothes around. It's a sample sale. Will take place at the Den on Saturday, the 21st of October, between 10 AM and 8 PM. Head down to SU16 as Millwall Football Club's partner displays their biggest London offering yet. Shop the current season. Experience bestsellers with exclusive discounts and limited edition items, and bag a free gift with your purchase. See you there. No returns or exchanges. So I think they can get away with that because it's a sample sale. So I think that's why. I don't know how they can say that, because it's probably not. I don't know. There's like a fashion thing. It's like, because they say sample, you can't return it or exchange it, I guess. Like I said, I'm not into the fashion. If you're into fashion, here you go. If you're on coach 1 and you come back from Preston, if you get back early enough, you might be able to get in there. And apparently they've got beer, selling beer, I guess. So there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.